Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Yesterday, Manchester United lost 4-2 to Cadiz. Manchester United were 2-0 down in the first 13 minutes. The goals came from Carlos Garcia. He scored at the near post. Anthony Lozano scored for Cadiz. Ruben Sobrino scored and Thomas Alarcon scored. So there were the goals from Cadiz. Manchester United's goals came from an Anthony Martial penalty. Martial won the penalty. Sorry, he didn't win the penalty. Zidane won the penalty because he got brought down and Martial converted the penalty. Martial could leave Manchester United next year, but there's a lot of Man United fans that would like to see him stay. Martial is under contract with Man United until 2024. Last season he was out on loan with Sevilla. Manchester United got Martial from Monaco back in 2015. He hasn't played a lot of games so far this season because he has been hampered with injuries. And Man United's other goal came from Kobel Mano. Sorry if I've pronounced his name wrong, but he's a very young player. So anyway, there were the goals. I actually thought Manchester United would have beat Cadiz. You know, Cadiz, a second from bottom in La Liga. They had some injuries as well. Their manager is Sergio Gonzalez. Sergio Gonzalez has been the Cadiz manager for almost a year. He got appointed in as the Cadiz manager back in January this year. Before then, he managed Real Valladolid, and before excuse me, managed Espanyol. But Man United, you know, had a weakened squad out. Manchester United's next game is Real Betis. That's this Saturday. On another video, I'll be giving you my player ratings from this game. You know the news on the transfers. There's been a lot of players that Manchester United have been linked with. You know, we've been linked with the likes of João Felix, Cody Gakpo. We was in for Jude Bellingham. We're no longer in for Jude Bellingham now because not so long ago it said that Manchester United pulled out of the race. We've been linked with Moises Caicedo, Jeremy Frimpong, Max Aarons. Man United are most interested in Memphis Depay in the January transfer window. So there are a lot of the players we have been linked with. It's not long now until the January transfer window opens. The January transfer window will be Erik ten Hag's second transfer window as Manchester United manager. So far, he's enjoyed one transfer window. And he's brought 6 additions to the squad. He brought Terrell Malacia in, Christian Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Anthony, Martin Dubravka. Erik ten Hag has spent over 200 million as Manchester United manager so far. Let me put into the equation, he has got rid of players as well. But despite that, he's still inheriting players from other managerial eras. But, you know, we have seen a lot of players leave Man United this year. Not so long ago, Ronaldo got sacked by the club. Cavani and Mata left on free transfers. Matic and Pogba left on free transfers. Lingard left on a free transfer. Manchester United sold Andres Pereira, sold James Garner, loaned Ethan Laird out, loaned Hannibal Mejbri out, loaned Amad Diallo Traore out, loaned Alex Telles out, loaned Eric Bailly out, loaned Dean Henderson out, let Lee Grant leave. So they are a lot of the players we've seen leave Manchester United this year, and Erik ten Hag will be getting rid of more players next year. As you all know, Harry Maguire has been told he can leave the club in January for the sake of his career. Well, he's too inconsistent, and Harry Maguire is no longer one of our first choice centre-halves following the arrival of Lisandro Martinez. Manchester United overpaid for Harry Maguire, got him for 80 million from Leicester back in 2019. When Harry Maguire officially signed for the club, he signed a 6-year contract. And revert back to last season, the vast majority of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. Erik ten Hag will get rid of Phil Jones as well next year, because, you know, Phil Jones doesn't get in the team. Jones is out of contract next year. He's endured around 12 years at Manchester United, so he's been a long-serving player. He's been with us since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Erik ten Hag will get rid of Tuanzebe next year. He don't get in the team. He's still injured, I think. Last season he was out on loan with Aston Villa. He's endured like 3 loan spells with Aston Villa. Erik ten Hag will get rid of Brandon Williams, because he's another one that don't get in the team, and he's been out with injury. Last season he was out on loan with Norwich. I'm expecting ten Hag to get rid of Telles and Eric Bailly permanently. He'll get rid of Wan-Bissaka. Bissaka, of course, played in the 4-2 defeat to Cadiz yesterday. It was a rare start for him. Bissaka don't get in the team much now, because Diego Dalot is Manchester United's first choice right back. I heard that Bissaka's going back to Crystal Palace. I'm expecting ten Hag next year to get rid of Tom Eaton. You know, Tom Eaton doesn't get in the team, does he? He's Man United's third choice keeper, with obviously Man United getting Martin Dubravka in on loan from Newcastle. But at the time we brought Tom Eaton in, we brought him in as a backup to De Gea. Man United got Tom Eaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa. Ten Hag will get rid of Fred next year, because the other week it said Ten Hag decided to sell Fred. As you all know, I've got my strong reservations about Fred, but he has had his good games at Manchester United. The best game he's had this season by far was a 2-0 win against Tottenham. Scored in that game. Fred is no longer one of Man United's first choice centre midfielders following the arrivals of Casemiro and Christian Eriksen, but despite that, Fred still started games alongside Casemiro, and I do recall him playing alongside Eriksen. Fred is in the final year of his deal. Manchester United got him from Shakhtar Donetsk back in 2018 for around 52 million, was it? Like I've said, I think Erik ten Hag could sell Anthony Martial next year. So, there you go. Erik ten Hag, he has been the Manchester United manager now for a good, 5-6 months. He got appointed in earlier on this year. He replaced Ralf Rangnick. Ten Hag is under contract with Man United until 2025. He's Manchester United's 5th permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. This is Ten Hag's first full season as Man United manager, so he does need time. And like I've said on numerous videos, his expectations this season is to get Man United a top 4 finish. If he could win a trophy this season, that would be even better, because Man United have not won a domestic trophy since 2017. Don't forget, earlier on this year, Erik ten Hag got named Premier League Manager of the Month. Ten Hag, don't forget, was the one that recommended Mitchell van der Gag and Steve McLaren in. Also at Man United, you've still got the Glazers there, unfortunately, but I don't think they'll be there for much longer, because as you all know, the Glazers want to sell Manchester United this season. If they do sell the club this season, a deal is likely to be done by spring. So Man United could have new owners by the end of the season. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for 17 years. They bought the club for around 790 million back in 2005. They're going to make a huge profit because the club is valued at around 5 billion. But he said the Glazers could demand up to 9 billion. But the Glazers have confirmed that they're open to selling the club. We've got Benny McCarthy at Man United. We've got John Murtough, Richard Arnold. Earlier on this year, Sir Alex Ferguson came back to Man United in an advisory role. So there you go. And not so long ago, it said Ed Woodward could advise potential United buyers. So Ed Woodward could be making a return to Man United. Don't forget, last year Ed Woodward resigned. He was Man United's vice chairman for 17 years. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.